All right, all right, all right, all right. This is a Positive Forces show, always giving you more, sending you positive vibes.
to change your life.
I'm your host, Kimone Hall,
And I'm your co-host, Yola, Yoli.
in the house. Good.
How
How
are
are you
you,
guys
Kim?
out here? I am doing well as well. I'm
Good.
doing good. I'm good. A little tired, I guess. But I'm
Yeah.
good nonetheless. DJ Smiles, Rastugal, the whole crew, Reggae Global Radio, Marlon and the crew. Hope you guys are doing well. How was your week?
Um, it was good. It was I don't know, because I'll talk about that in a little corner note. I'll
Okay.
talk about that, but it was goodish, I guess.
Goodish.
Through it.
Okay.
I think this week was the week that I lost my voice.
Oh yeah.
So that was
You did,
frustrating.
guys. You did.
The tiny port of a frog, or maybe it's a tadpole that's in my throat. That's still there.
Yeah.
But other than that, the voice is pretty much back. And so the week was interesting.
Oh my God.
It was
Yes.
good. It was interesting. It was, ugh.
Ah, guys, if you had heard her last week, you'd be like, "Who is on the show with
Right.
Kimone?"
Who is this?
Totally different.
It's
Like,
a man.
yeah.
It's not a man.
Totally different.
It's a woman
Oh my God.
with a scratchy voice.
Let's
It's Tina Turner.
with prayer.
Oh, Heavenly Father,
Yes.
our Lord, our Savior. Lord, remind us to love others. Lord, to have daily conversations with you. Remind us, Lord, problems, our things, bad things, our great weeks, our great months. And Lord, never ever let us go. Remind us, Lord, that you will never let us go. And help us, Lord, to love you and have a stronger connection and relationship with you. I pray this in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Woo-wee. All right, guys, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different today.
A little different.
Is there gonna be a Yoli's thought of the day?
It's going to be short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. So, like I was saying before in the intro, when Kimon was asking me, Kim was asking me how I was doing, how my week went, and it was goodish. It was long and it was short,
Mhm.
but by the end of it, I think what I realized was that left,
Oh.
and I knew that I did not want to talk about, going back through what your resolutions were, or doubling down on what you think you wanted to do. I wanted to talk about rest, but I also want to talk about um, learning to check in with yourself, which I think we've talked about before, but specifically this time because this week I've had this feeling before where I feel kind of sad, but for no particular reason, just because there's absolutely nothing wrong. And I find that some of us feel that way, and you should check in with yourself. Just ask yourself what's going on.
Okay.
It could just be like me. I was just tired, and some things that had happened made me feel like, oh, you know, I'm not really in this week. Now, naturally, can't always be happy.
Right.
But anyone knows me knows that I always seem to be happy.
Right.
And when I checked in with myself this week, I realized that I wasn't really happy. So it's either you are feeling unhappy because something happened, or you might just feel that you're not where you really should be or want to be. And that
Mm.
might be bringing you a little bit of sadness.
Mm-hmm.
So, dust yourself off,
Yeah.
brush that off, and realize that you do actually have some time to stop and rest and regroup and try again. At in that feeling of that there's a lot of things that you should be grateful for and that you can count your blessings for. Like small things. Let's go with the small things.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, you can hear, you can walk, you can talk,
Mm-hmm.
you can eat, you can put food on your table, you have a shelter over your head. Let's think about some bigger things. You are able to be there for someone else. You're
Mm-hmm.
able to be there for yourself. You're able to do a mental check because you don't really suffer from a mental illness where you can't regulate your emotions, where you can't regulate what's happening with you, where you can't identify what's going on with you on the inside. So these are things that we should be grateful for. And for anyone that made like some kind of insurmountable goal for this year, we have 3 months left. Don't kill yourself about it.
Mm.
Don't stress yourself out about it. Don't beat yourself up about it because I think that God has given us time to reassess, time to rest, time to reevaluate, time to try again. If there's one thing I know about our Savior is that He's given us many chances.
Mm-hmm.
He's always giving us chances
Yeah.
over and over and over and over. So give yourself a chance too. Give
Mm.
yourself some grace like He gives us
Yeah.
and just try again. And that is my thought.
All right. I love it. That's good. Interesting. Hmm. I think it's common those times.
Mhm.
I might have had a split of that last. Yeah. You're right. It's whenever those two things. There's either something is not going the way you want it to go, or something really detrimental has happened. And sometimes when you do introspection into your life, you be like, minute, that can calm your mood and also amplify it and be able to give yourself the grace, try to fix it with whichever one is possible, and move on and not stay into that. Yeah, I think
That.
that's the key thing. It's okay, it's human
Yeah.
to go through that, but do not stay there.
Yeah. I feel like if you didn't, you just might be not well, if that
Mm.
makes sense. Because, like Ramon said, we're human.
Yeah.
We're all human, and we have these times that we should um, understand it,
Mhm.
feel it, go
Mhm.
through it, because
Mhm.
that's what makes us who we are.
Yeah. Time for everything.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. All right. Big up yourself. Thank you for joining us here on the Positive Voices show. Today we're going to be doing an interview. We're going to do something different. We'll be talking it up with each other and with Yola and myself, and we're just going to just talk to you guys. If you have a question, you want to put it in the chat, you can. But we're just going to share a little bit about us and who we are and where we've come from, and yeah,
Yeah.
just chop it up a little
Just
bit.
chop, chop, like to chop off of each other. But yeah, if you guys burning questions that you want to know about Kim
Or Yola.
or Yola,
Yeah.
put it in the chat.
If you are live on YouTube radio, then go ahead and jump onto the Facebook page, Kimone Hall, KIMONEHALL, and put your questions in the chat, and we'll be able to see it. All right. All right. If you're on YouTube friends won't be able to see the chat right now unless you jump onto Facebook, unfortunately. But yeah, we want to do that. We want to do that. So
Yeah, I think we should do that a couple of times. Yeah.
from the island of Jamaica, and I was in Jamaica for until I was about 11, and then we migrated to the U.S. and then we went to New York, and I lived in New York for over 20 years. and then I came here to Atlanta to be able to just get away from the hustle and the bustle of New York. As a kid, I grew up with my brother and my father, Auntie Julie, Mommy Veronica Ellis, love you.
Hi, Mom.
And we had such a great time. We weren't a rich family. We were middle class, and we literally, it was a little. We grew up in the city in Kingston. So
Okay.
when you grow up in the city, sometimes the perception of other people that's not in the city might be a little bit skewed because that's just how it is. But we never thought we were better, but we thought we were slightly better.
Okay.
Does
It's
that make
okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Even though we weren't better,
Right.
because you're never better than somebody else.
Right.
But we had a little bit more advantages, maybe,
Okay.
right? Grew up with someone there cleaning the house and here in the U.S.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, it was good. It was good growing up in Jamaica, where you would be outside, and that's what we used to play. And when I look at now, the kids here, most kids don't want to go outside. They're like, it's too hot. I can't go outside. Many that play soccer will go out there, but the tendency for most kids is like, it's too hot. I don't want to go out there. So it was different. We used to have fun, but
Mm.
where were you born in?
So, lots of people. Let me first start with the rerun.
Hmm.
If you're watching this, it just happened. We're watching the rerun. Please go ahead and put your questions in there to your burning questions, and we can come back and answer them next week when we do this
For
again.
sure.
But
Hmm.
so my childhood is one of traveling a lot, and there's people that
Mm.
know it, and some people don't. But I was actually born in Toronto, Canada,
Hmm.
and I was born 4 pounds 3 ounces, and I was in the hospital for a while. And my mom was like, "Yeah, you could take her home." They brought me little baby Yola in a bassinet, in a basket, yeah. And
Hmm.
I had to go back to the hospital. I always remember the story. My mom would tell
Mm.
me that they had to get stuff when it came to Walmart, let's say,
Okay.
to get diapers and stuff because they didn't have anything.
Wow.
And there's a story behind why they didn't have anything, but that's for another day.
Hmm.
So they didn't have anything. And my dad was blowing on the horn because he was trying to get my mom's attention and take me back to the hospital and take me back to the hospital. I think I spent another month in the hospital and then I had to bring her entire family. So
Hmm.
all of it was legal. That's a big deal right now.
It
So
is.
got on a
Hmm.
plane and moved to California.
Mm.
And so we lived in Monterey Park, California. And I absolutely loved growing up in California. I don't remember
Cali.
much about Canada except, spending time with my grandmother. And I always remember saying that it was freezing. Lewis and Gail Lewis. Their last names were also Lewis, but we were not related. And both of our dads were best friends.
No
And
way.
both of our
Mm.
dads were best friends. And so we lived in California until 1984. And my parents decided to move to the Caribbean. And that was
Mm.
very hard for me. We moved
Hmm.
to St. Thomas, Maryland. their home country of Trinidad.
Wow.
And so it was a huge transition. And we moved into our house. I absolutely loved it. I
Mhm.
loved growing up in the Caribbean. And like Kimone, it was the same. I think we went through 5 housekeepers, but in the Caribbean, that
Mhm.
is normal. So all of my
Mhm.
cousins, we all grew up with a housekeeper. Suffered from what is called in Trinidad dropsy, what is called in America narcolepsy. So she would sit at the table after everything was done and she would fall asleep on herself. It was hilarious. But yeah, so I grew up with that. I grew up with in the Caribbean. And then
Mhm.
when it was time for college, I moved to Georgia, and I've
Mm.
been here ever since, living
Really?
in Georgia. Instilled in me wanting to travel. I think my mom has probably been name a place. My mom has been there,
Wow.
and so I too am of that mind that you should be traveling because the world is so big, and because I've lived in different countries, I see and understand how big the world is, and I want to see more of it, and I want my son to see more of it. But yeah,
Mm.
I grew up. I had a really good childhood.
Mhm.
In California, my parents and I, we would always go to this place called Puddingstone Lake. It was a man-made lake, and it was like almost every weekend. I grew up with my cousins. We would go hang out at their house, and vice versa, and spend Christmas and holidays and big Sunday dinners and all of that. And in Trinidad, the same thing. Very happy life. And when I left Trinidad, I was actually very sad because I was leaving my friends again. But I
Ah.
will say one thing is that people don't come at me. But when I started college, I went to Clark Atlanta University, and so you had to test in. They give you a test to see where they would put you for certain subjects. I think that's what I remember anyway. So
Mhm.
when I started out in math, I started in calculus, and a lot of my friends started in pre-algebra, which blew my
Pre.
mind, and it just kind of shows
Yeah.
how much the curriculum in the Caribbean is not only advanced, but it is also very rigorous. And but for
Mhm.
reading, they tested me out of not out, but low in reading. Here it's American, so you spell things
Mhm.
differently, you write differently, and all that stuff. But I got out of that really quickly. So yeah, that's me. That's my traveling
Mm.
history. I have been all over the place too. My bucket list goal is that I can touch a place in every continent except the Arctics before I leave this earth. So so far, I've been to America.
What are
I've
the
been all over
Arctics
North
so
America,
called?
and I've been to South America. In South America, I've been to Venezuela, and I've been to Guyana. So now it's time to go somewhere else.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
Nice. Nice. Lisa, how are you? Welcome. Welcome,
Lisa,
welcome, welcome, Lisa. We are doing well, Lisa. We're just chopping it up and talking a little bit about ourselves. So interesting. So we have similar backgrounds.
yes, we do.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any burning questions for us, now is the time.
And thanks for being with us. Can't really see who is on, but you'd have to log in on Facebook so we can see you
Yeah,
and
so,
shout you out and say thank you for being with us and joining us today. All right. So,
yeah. So,
hmm,
how I have a question for you.
sure.
Did you get into your profession, and did you always want to be
A,
a teacher?
a teacher.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, no. Well, kinda. I don't know. So when I was a kid, I would in Jamaica because I left Jamaica when I was 11. So when I was like 6, 7, 8, I don't know, I would always play school in the yard. And
Wow.
yeah, so I would always when y'all go back we join the show. Okay. All right, Lisa, we're gonna she wants to join the show. So I would always play school with the leaves. So the
Okay.
leaves the students.
Hey.
And I did not know that how coincidental. I would have my ruler and I would really emulate or
Hmm.
and I would talk to the leaves and reprimand them and say good job and everything like that. And then but that was just that was just play.
Right.
So when I look back at that, I'm like, wow, you have to tap how that might just come around. And when my undergrad, my bachelor's is in psychology. So I
Mm.
always wanted to be a psychologist.
Mm.
And then I recognized that you'd have to really earn well, you have to have your and at the time I never thought of so I always liked law enforcement. So when I came to Georgia by way of New York, tried to get into enforcement.
Wow.
Work. I had a dream. I loved it. I was trying everything to get in. I had a dream, and then that dream deterred me from doing it. And after that dream, when I woke up, I never had the urge again.
Wow.
So I went from that, and I said, let me try nursing.
Okay.
And went
Yeah.
to the 9 months course and went into a nursing home. I was like, I'm gonna do this, but then I had a private case. I had a case, and patient was a quadriplegic.
Okay.
So the mom was actually a nurse trying to teach me because I told her I was interested in furthering my career in that. But I would have to take the trach out because that's the only way we would hear him talk.
Mm.
I had the feeding tube and everything. But every time I had to open up that tray, the odor from the body,
Mm.
whoo, I couldn't. It
You
was
couldn't deal.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So odors, and I was like, And I have a dear friend that said, "Hey Kim, why don't you try education?" Because he was in education. I was like, being a teacher, that right? And I was like, okay, let me try.
Okay.
And then that's actually how I got in.
Wow.
He was like, and I wanted something stable, and I wanted to make a career out of what I was doing, and that's how I got into education. I went ahead, took the test,
Uh-huh.
and then started out as a paraprofessional,
Yep.
a teacher's aide to kind of see how I aligned with the career,
Yep.
and got all the certifications, did my master's in special. That's how I ended up in special education. So, and also though, when I was in New York, I used to say there were adults that I would do case management with, and one of my clients, he unalived himself.
Mm.
And but before he did, it was like he would say, you know, I can't do it. He would relapse, and we would, encourage him, hey, you're gonna be fine. And he's like, I just can't do it. I'm too far gone. And he was in his early 20s, maybe 18,
Wow.
19, 20, 21. He wasn't 24. And when he said, I'm too far gone, that's what it hit me. And it's almost like the Lord was like, you need to get to the younger minds,
Mm.
to get to a mass younger mind arena.
Mm.
And now I'm doing that, like counseling them. I'm no longer in charge of the choices
Yeah.
that they make. So I see that it all went around like threefold.
Yeah.
And to
That's
be able
cool.
to get to the kids at this age, I can't save kids, obviously, but I can give them a different option. And that's
Mm-hmm.
actually how my nonprofit was birthed. They can never say I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I got into education.
I like it.
Yeah. In the short version. How about you? How did you become an engineer?
Growing up in California,
Mm-hmm.
my parents had me in everything. So
Mm.
I did ballet and tap. I was a Girl Scout. The Girl Scout, I always knew that I wanted to be in entertainment because
Yeah.
I was a kid. I
Mm-hmm.
was just out there having fun. But I was always the one that would be singing, banging on the table like I'm playing the piano. My parents had me in piano lessons.
Yeah.
I all of that. Name it, I did it. So
Mm-hmm.
fast forward to moving to Trinidad because everything is so education influenced.
Mm-hmm.
All of that went away.
Wow.
It was just school, 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 which is fine. I still loved it,
Mm-hmm.
but those kind of dreams, I didn't. I wasn't.
Mm.
So when it was time to go to college, I knew that I wanted to do something that was related to the environment because I liked, cleaning up and
Mm.
problem solving for the earth and the air and the water. I like that kind of stuff.
Mm.
But I
Okay.
also recognized that I was good at problem solving and fixing things. And I was always good at fixing things. I think I get that from my dad because we would like work on his car
Mm.
when I grew up in California, like took an
Mm.
engine down and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Nice.
so I was always, you know, like I like to fix things. That was my second, dream. I like to fix things. And so I know that another thing I always want to do, I love to read and I was really good at debating or arguing a point. And so I wanted to do that. My parents,
Mm.
my dad talked me out of it.
Mm.
Lawyers are a dime a dozen. I didn't know at the time that there were different types of lawyers you could be. It's not just the one that's in court. There's other facets of law that you can get into that I didn't know. My mom was licensed in England, in Canada, and America. She wanted me to get into the medical field. So me, my rebellious self, decided no, I'm not doing what either of you want me to do.
Mm.
I'm going to go into engineering. That is the closest thing that I could think of that lets me solve problems as well as work with the environment. So I picked environmental engineering, which kind of merged into civil engineering.
Mm.
And so um, that's what happened. I had an opportunity to change my major to biology. Sometimes I feel like I should have because I also do love the medical field um, because of my mom.
Mm.
Because I would go with her when she was doing home health nursing. I would go with her to some of her cases because her favorite type of work in the home health field was actually psych. And
Mm.
so I would go to the nursing homes and go to the people's like home health places where one of her customers, for example, was a manic depressive. And so we visit these people and talk to them and that kind of stuff. And I like the idea of helping people, talking to them and helping them with their wound care and that kind of stuff. Engineering, deep in the trenches of engineering. And
Mm.
so once I finished engineering, I started working. The acting bug hit me again. And
Mhm.
of course, then you're an adult, so you can make all sorts of decisions you want. And so it's where Atlanta was just getting into the industry of acting and entertainment industry. And so I did a
Mhm.
little bit of that kind of stuff, which I loved, but I
Mhm.
always came back to engineering because that's what the bread and butter is for me.
For sure.
So yeah, and I'm still in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. That's funny because I used to love acting as well.
Yeah.
And when I was in New York, I wanted to start out into acting. I would
Hmm.
always try to be an extra.
Hmm.
So I was
I
an
did that too.
extra. I was an extra in one of Woody Allen's movies. And then I had joined a I do not consider myself a singer. They cheered me on. I don't know if they were just like cheering me on because I was young. And I was not buying it, man. I was like, I'm not as great. I was standing ovation. I'm like, nah, I'm not as
Wow,
great. Yeah.
that's nice
And I'm
though.
like, they were trying to egg me on. Like, y'all just trying to hype me up. I did not sound that great to me, you know?
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, so
I
that
love singing,
I still have that bug. Not so much singing. I love to
nursing,
sing in the shower
acting.
because
I wish I could
I
sing,
sound
man.
great.
Yeah, I wish I could sing. I wish I could
Otherwise,
sing.
I will burst into song, as you guys
Hmm.
know. But I'm not the greatest
I
singer, but I just love music.
wish I could
So
sing.
much music in my head that is very
Hmm.
hard to contain. My whole
Hmm.
entire life is a walking um, soundtrack in my
Hmm.
head. But
Yeah.
yeah, I did the same
Acting
thing
would be
too.
great. Acting would be
I
great. I would
did
love to
the
act.
extra work, and
Hmm.
I took classes with two excellent teachers in the Metro Atlanta area, and
Hmm.
I was in two plays, and I started. I've been in one play, and I have other priorities. But I would say just don't give up on your dreams because you're never too old.
For
You
sure.
know,
For sure.
as
For
long as you're
sure.
still on earth and you can walk and you're coherent, go for it.
Hmm. Hmm. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Lisa. Lisa said, "When are we going to allow her to join her us? Allow her to join us on the show. We got to get Lisa on.
Yeah.
We got to get you on, Lisa. So we'll plan that soon." And she also said, "Very cool, learning more about our history."
Yes.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that.
If you
Appreciate
have any
that.
questions for us, Lisa, put it in the chat. We will you will read the question and we will give you an answer.
Hmm.
Um,
I wish you could see who else is on.
Kimmy Kim. Um, it's not
Well,
going to be anything outlandish, I promise. Is it?
oh Lord.
So no, it's not. Um, so like, how do you stay grounded?
Mm. How do I stay grounded?
Yeah, with everything. Like in this recent week, the stuff that happened,
Hmm.
and still we're here, and
Hmm.
we still have our thoughts and our views, and we're not like going crazy.
Hmm.
How do you keep yourself grounded, like in your person, your faith, yourself? How
Hmm.
do you stay Kimone?
How do I stay Kimon? I, s- I have to stay within the God version of. I would be just out there, just love to chill, and I know I would be far left. I would be that person that's just, hey,
Wilding out.
I'm trying to find Shensia and Spice. I'm I'd be wild if I wasn't in church.
I
And
do not get that from you, but
listen,
wow.
I love reggae, and yes, yes. So that keeps me like 100% straight. It the grounded part. I have to be that for my son. For my son, if it wasn't, God knows what we need, guys. God knows
Always.
what we need, and I know I would be different, especially if my son wasn't around and I had to be that role model for him. So he has helped to keep me grounded, and I thank God for him. But in times where I don't feel like, I'll dabble. I'm like, you know what? It's okay to have fun. So I'll go ahead and just have fun and within reason. And always remember that anything I do, I'm always scrutinized. I can't, if I decided that I'm gonna have a drink, there's no way I could post me holding anything that looks like alcohol. If my kids are around and I see kids that I'm around, I have to be able to
Mm,
give them a good example. Not that you're living in the things that you portray. And
mhm.
I wouldn't want that. Plus, they'd fire me. They'd be like, no, no, no,
Yes,
no,
and
no.
are quick to look at your social media,
right,
and
right.
they will skin you
They'll
alive.
skin you alive.
Yeah.
So that keeps me grounded too. And my faith is very, very, very important. I pray and I pray and I pray and I pray. And even if I'm not on my knees praying, I'm consistently talking and thinking and reflecting. And God sometimes will drop things, and you're like, how God talk to you, like things. Sometimes something told me that something told me. A lot of times, especially you can know when God, of course. I'm like, God, what are you doing? God, what's going on here? And I talk to trusted friends. I talk to friends that I can trust. I have friends that I can talk to about certain things.
Hmm.
You have to have confidence, and I do that, and then I just that's how I stay grounded. I must communicate with God. I have to. If I didn't, oh my God, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
pray, 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 and talk to God, and at always, all
Hmm.
times.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, I listen to preaching. I listen to a lot of preaching, and I also listen to motivational um, clips and videos that help mind and just see things, the world in a different perspective, things that are happening in the world. I just pray and keep it focused. Take care of that. You take care of them. And I'm just gonna move forward and what's your guilty pleasure TV show? Lisa's question.
Do both of us?
I would say
Okay.
so.
Um, I am a TV and movie junkie
Mm.
because
Cheers.
I love entertainment industry. So, what's your guilty pleasure TV show? I don't really have one
Mhm.
because I watch a lot of different shows. I think the one genre that I really do not get to is any rom com. I don't really do rom coms. The few that I have done are very few, and I've liked them, but it's not my first choice. So, like for me, TV, if I had to pick a show, it would be something like Nurse Hatchet,
Mm.
or would be something like The Institute. Anything that is scary, anything that is somewhat supernatural,
Mm.
I'm watching.
Mm.
Um, uh, yeah, I also like documentaries. Like my mom would watch Snapped a lot, so I watched that. If I had to pick one show, which is very difficult for me, it would be Law and Order SVU.
I love Law and Order
I can watch that all day,
every day.
but I'm so crazy because I can also watch Cheaters all day, and I can also watch Fraternity Court all day.
Mm.
And so my TV guilty pleasure is seriously across the board. It is a mixture of a lot of stuff.
Okay. She said any reality shows.
And reality shows to do with relationships, I'm there.
Okay.
So like Auntie Sima is my best friend, and she is from the Indian Matchmakers. It
Mm.
only got one season, maybe two, and I absolutely loved it. I also love the Queen. Got one season. A friend of mine
Mm.
at my job put me on to not Love Is Blind, which I also like, but I think it's Temptation Island or one of those.
Mm.
So reality shows, if it is relationship based,
You're on that.
I'm there.
Mm.
If it's like Housewives of Atlanta, no. If
Mm.
it's of that, no. If it's ones where they're shouting and screaming at each other, no, that's not for me. That is not for me. Watching a bunch of women scream at each other and kick this one, no. You know, reality relationship shows.
Lisa said cheetahs and paternity court. You love the ratchet drama, huh? Yola.
Yeah. I love the ratchet. The more ratchet drama, the better. I am hooked.
Living your life
I will.
vicariously through
Oh
them.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Because I'm not going to be the woman that slept with man A Monday, Wednesday, and Friday,
Mhm.
and I slept with man B Tuesday and Thursday for 30 days. That's not me. But I will watch you. I will watch you. Yes, I
I
will.
wish it was
No,
okay.
I'm not wishing it was you. I'm like, girl, what were you
What
thinking?
made you
Did you
decide?
wait? Why are we on Lauren Lake show talking about I know this is my baby daddy? Are you serious right now? You slept with 3 men. Yep,
Mm.
that's me.
She said, "I love it. No shame."
No shame. No shame. There's two things about me. No shame and get rid of your baggage.
Get rid of the
That's all I
baggage.
ask.
Oh my god.
Your turn.
I don't have it.
Someone watches as much
I don't.
TV as I do.
I don't. I used to watch a lot of HGTV. I used to love that.
I used to like that too.
And then I over the summer I binge watched. It was I don't. It's not considered a TV show. I binge watched Prison Break. I watched the entire thing over the summer.
You
I
did. I
loved
remember
it. I did.
love the main character.
Man, yes.
Yes.
Oh my
All
gosh.
kind of hotness.
All
And
kind
he
of
from
hotness. Yes, he is
Woo!
after making.
Yes,
I was
he is
like,
after
look
making
at that, right? What?
Mr. Wentworth Miller.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes, yes.
On that
I
show.
watch that also. But I don't get to watch much TV. It's always with the nonprofit or something like that, or yeah. I finished with school, starting some more shows and be able to chill.
Mhm.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. More questions.
Lisa said, "I missed that. What show you talking about? Come on, Prison Break. Prison Break. Prison Break.
What it have, like,
on
5
Netflix.
seasons?
It had five
It had
seasons
5
on it.
seasons. Yeah.
It's an amazing show.
Yeah, it's about this young man
Mhm.
whose brother was sent to jail,
Mhm.
and he decides to send jail
Yes.
so that he can break him out of prison.
Yes.
It's called Prison Break, and that is exactly the plot.
Yes.
Everything that he has to go through to get his plan, and he's with this amazing plan before.
Mhm.
And when you realize where he has the plan,
Oh my god.
your mind is
What?
blown. You're like, the actors did a really good job
Yes,
in it.
they did.
Yeah, they did.
Prison Break. Look it up, Lisa. You're gonna love it. I hope you love it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, it was great. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I also love medieval movies. Medieval
Oh, do
movies and
you?
TV shows. So Game of Thrones, huge
Never,
fan.
I'm not.
I also love zombies. The Walking Dead,
Not into that
huge
either.
fan. I've
Okay.
actually been on The Walking Dead. That's how much I loved it. So there.
Mhm. Lisa said I did watch Prison Break, but those actors were on Legends of Tomorrow. Is that right? I don't know.
I didn't know that. Legends of Tomorrow. I also don't know Legends of Tomorrow.
Heard of it.
Though,
Yeah.
because Lisa said something about it.
Yeah. Well, look it up, Lisa. All right. Wow. Pick up yourself. You choose radio and regular radio. We want to say thank you for always being with us. And no, it's not that time, but I got to shout out the family. I got to shout out the family. We still got a few more minutes left. All right.
Give me a question, Kimmy Kim.
All right. All
Having
right.
the questions out. Come on.
All right. So, since we're a relationship show,
Yes.
let's talk about your views on anything off limits, Yola?
Not today.
Not today.
I think we do this. We are not going to have any boundaries
no boundaries.
because we are going to be honest and authentic. And
Okay.
every time that something does come up as far as a question that we don't feel comfortable
Mhm.
because we love each other and respect each other,
Mhm.
we're just going to plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Lisa said it's a superhero show on the CW.
Yes, that's right. I
Uh.
remember it now. The CW has a lot of superhero content. I remember that now. I'm not sure if they still have the CW, but yeah.
Okay.
I think the
So-
guy that played Wentworth Miller's brother was on Legends of Tomorrow. I don't remember if Wentworth Miller was in it, but yeah, he was
Okay.
also in Law and Order episode. Ooh, girl,
Mm.
he looked like a good lawyer.
Mm.
Anyway, go ahead. Moving right along.
So let's tell. Are you? What is your marital status? What is your? Tell the people. Inquiring minds need to know.
My marital status: I'm divorced.
So
5
you're
years.
single.
So I'm single.
Hey y'all.
Yes.
Y'all heard that first
Yes, I
on the
am
Positive
single.
Forces
On
show.
the Positive Forces show. I hope you guys already know that based on the things that I say. I hope you guys have been paying attention. I am.
Okay, so she is single. Okay. And so are you open to getting married again? Or are you just like, no, I'm not? Like, what is your stance on
This is a very good question. And I don't know if anyone feels this way.
Okay.
There's lots of people in the world, and so you might. How I feel about getting married again literally changes on a day by day, week by week, month by month basis. Monday, I want to get married. Tuesday, I do not. In a week, ask me again, and my answer might be
change.
yes. I might be in land, which you guys like Lisa and others that watch the show pretty regularly know that every now and again I will be in fantasy la la land when it comes to relationship where everything is perfect. Ask me then.
Where your man is going to come and ring your doorbell.
Or my man,
her husband.
My husband, not my man.
To be.
But my husband, not to be. He's already my husband. This is how much the fantasy is. He's my husband. He will ring the doorbell because he forgot his keys. Yeah, this is a fantasy. And I'll open the door and say, hey, honey, you forgot your keys. Oh, here they are. So yes, ask me the next week.
So that's a different one.
Yeah.
Because you had one where his car broke down and he had to come and ring your doorbell.
Yes, that's true. His car broke. Random dude, car broke down. Rang my doorbell. We locked eyes and I was like, yeah,
that's him.
That's my guy. And then asked me 2 weeks from now or 2 weeks from that, and I don't want to do it again. Yeah. So it changes.
Is that a good thing for it to change? Is that healthy, you think?
I'm not
or
sure
is it like you what do you think?
I'm not sure if it's healthy. I'm just aware that it's what I feel and what I want, and I'm perfectly okay with that. You know, ask me in all of these fantasies and reality if I'm lonely, and the answer is no, I'm not. I'm not, because that part of me is happy, okay, and comfortable, and I'm be financially even more comfortable than I already am. Yeah, so it changes for me from day to day. Sometimes I look at social media and all of my wonderful reality relationship shows, and I'm like, oh, no way. And sometimes I'm like, oh, wow, this is really beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be great. So yeah, it changes from day to day.
Mine's kind of fluctuates sometimes too. And I'm starting to feel like it's normal because sometimes I get into my mode. I actually love my peace. I actually like being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it without having to check in with someone, without having to get someone's permission, without having to dot.
I want to say something about that, but yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What I want to say about that is that in my head, I don't think that even if I was with somebody, and my ideas of being with somebody is not just being with somebody, this has to be my husband, that I won't really have to ask for permission to do much of anything because there's going to be trust there. He's going to know me. I'm going to know him. And I'm not really going to have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Well, not permission in the sense of, okay, I guess that was the word, right?
Yeah.
Well, in terms of having to check in and to call and be like, hey, well, yeah, permission. I want to go.
Like that's more of consideration for your partner. You know, having to, check in.
Because what if he's like, hey, we're going out with the boys weekend. We're going. Just like go. Right?
Yes.
No, you okay? So some people want to And then when it's your turn, hey, I want to.
Yes,
He might
I'm
say.
going.
He might say no.
I'm going.
Oh
I'm
Lord.
going because I let you go. So
What if
you go.
you're?
And
What if you're
and
the
it
first
could be
one? What if
it
you're the first one?
could be that's okay.
He might be like,
Just say yes.
just say
Say yes. And the next time, baby,
Negro.
we're gonna go together. So you can see what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Lisa said, so we are all divorcees. Yes, Lisa, we are all
Yes, we are.
divorcees. Gina Gibson, she's
And I am
you're single and
and
beautiful.
beautiful. Thank you.
Lisa said, no, sir. I thought Anita Baker schooled up about fairy tales. Oh, Anita Baker, she said something about fairy tales. What was the song what she had? From way back in the 90s. What did Anita Baker say about fairy
Anita
tales?
Baker, what did she say about fantasy?
Lisa say, talk your whole truth, Kimone. My peace of mind must be protected at all costs. For sure, though.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. And I feel like you can still have your protected peace and be in a committed relationship with your husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do. I really
Gotta
do.
be the right person.
It just has to be the right person. And that I realize that now that's very difficult. So I'm happy that I'm okay not being with someone because I know that when when the stars are aligned
When they align.
and my doorbell rings,
Ding dong.
that is be the right guy.
A lot of people are probably wondering what's the address.
No.
No.
No. You don't need the address.
2514 dot.
Yeah. My number is 678 Jenny. 8675 309.
What would Smile say? Big up self smiles. Oh my God, that's funny.
It said Anita Baker's song, a song about fairy tales and the reality of relationships is a song fairy tale. I'm about to listen to fairy tales. I don't remember it. And I do like Anita Baker, so I'm gonna check her out.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Then I like Anita Baker.
I do too.
All right. So you're single.
Yes.
And you're gonna get married one day, hopefully, God's willing. If you feel
and if God says yes.
Yeah.
Well, if God says, Yola, you can marry this man, that's it. It doesn't matter how I feel because I already know that he is right. And I believe that he's right. And I feel very strong about my Lord being right in my life. You know, because I know that I've made choices that are glaring in my face. That I said no, and I said yes, and wrong, and I'm okay with that. I know it's right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
There are times when does just want what we want, and then we get what we get.
Hey,
the Lord's like, okay, you want to marry that? Okay, well, fine.
I told you, you're not listening to me. Do that. Okay, go ahead, do it. Guess what? I still be. I'm still gonna be there for you. I'm not gonna leave you in this turmoil. But
it goes topsy turvy, and you got to get out. Then he's like, okay,
okay, here I am.
Yeah,
and he shows up.
Hey, I'm glad you're back.
He shows up and shows out. Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. He does, he does man.
No.
Any more questions? Any more questions? Keep it rolling.
Keep the questions because I still have time.
Oh my gosh.
Auntie Gina, do you have any questions? Auntie tells me questions. Lisa, questions when anyone else is listening, and remember, or whatever platform you're on, and we will be sure to go back and check out your questions and answer them next time. But
would you ever propose to a man?
Somebody that's listening, answer that question. If you know me, answer that question. Even after the fact on the replay, answer that question. Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 seconds.
It's 2025.
2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. No.
Get down on
There's any guy out there that thinks I'm going to get on bended knee. Bend the knee. No, I'm not.
Oh my
I'm not the
God.
one.
That's
Would
a
you ever
negative.
would you ever ask a man? Would you ever
Oh,
propose to a
of
man?
course not. Of course not.
Yeah, no.
No, that's not my place.
No.
First
That's
of
not
all,
my place.
and
That's not
then
my job.
there's no way I would. And it's not hearing a no. It's just like it feels really like I'm trying to be the man. I like some
Yeah.
traditional. I'm a good mix between traditional and a little bit of new school, but
Yeah.
a whole lot more traditional.
I would go as far as to say that men don't really want that. I think there
Mm,
are men that do want that,
mm,
but I think most men, in my mind, don't want you to ask them to marry them. One, they might not want to marry you, which is why they haven't asked you to begin with.
mm.
Two, they want to have their stuff together before they ask you to marry
True.
them.
Hmm.
Or three, they might want to do all of the planning that it takes to actually ask a woman that you love properly
Hmm.
to marry,
Yeah.
and you have just snatched that from him. There's not a whole bunch of things that they really have to do, but you've snatched that
That one
because once they ask you to marry you and you guys set a date, the woman takes over.
for sure.
She does
For life.
else. She does everything else.
For life.
So give him that one thing, ladies.
Mm.
Let him ask you
Mm.
and realize that if he doesn't ask you, he doesn't want to.
He's not
So
ready.
check out.
Lisa said, absolutely would propose to my boo. I'm surprised, Lisa. I have just as much say in the choice to get married as the guy. Interesting. Then she says, why is it the man alone so monumentally important?
I have my thoughts on that.
Me
Thank
too.
you so much for your question, Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, you're awesome.
Yes, I
Go
love
ahead.
it. So it to me, having the man that given the man the privilege to ask you, and you say yes, you're actually also deciding to make the decision. You're agreeing with him. You're saying, you know what? Yes, I do think you are worthy of
Of me,
being my husband, of me. But I think that they should they're nervous when they ask. Sometimes
yeah,
they're like, I don't even know if she's gonna say yes.
right. Because you could
And
say
that's
you could
good.
say no.
That's good. Let him be nervous. You are, and that take away from this what you bring to the table, and a lot of men trying to be the prize. It's and you want to be the prize because it's a privilege for him to be able to be with you. A man doesn't necessarily need a woman. We know that. So if he chooses you that's a good thing. I would love to be chosen. Men would love to be chosen. They get chosen by you saying yes. So just because you know, I just don't see. I don't know. And then what if that's to hurt you? I think So, but the man should know as well, and they can never be 100%, no matter how great the relationship is. So, it's a risk that women take. So, hey, to each their own. If you think that's what you could do or would do, some men would say, shoot your shot, right?
Yeah, some men nowadays will say, shoot your shot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
ask you to marry me
Mm-hmm.
in front of all of my friends and your friends.
Mm.
And I find embarrassing. I'm not a man, but I find that to be embarrassing for a man that his
We've seen
woman,
that, yeah,
yeah, that his
a
woman
lot.
asked him to marry him. But in this new scheme of things, what you call the modern way now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's normal, which is fine. It's the normal way, okay. But I would like to be chosen.
Yeah.
Whoever I'm with to ask me to
Facts.
marry him, and know that I do have a choice.
Yeah.
I don't have to marry you. I
No.
don't have to say yes. It's
Mm-mm.
not you asked me to marry you and I'm obligated to say yes for
Correct.
whatever the reason is.
Right.
I
Mm-mm.
don't I don't have to say yes. So the woman gets to have a choice. She gets to choose. The
Mm-hmm.
man also has a choice. He also gets to choose you
Mm-hmm.
and she gets to it's like pop the balloon. You guys
Mm.
asking these questions and the final question is do you choose each other?
Right. Right. And I think sometimes the way we start out, the way it continues throughout the relationship, and it only gets worse.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah, all of us
he's gonna say,
yeah.
"Well, you asked to marry me. I didn't ask you. So why don't you take care of this bill, or why don't you take care of that bill?" And there might be it can cause, doesn't have to,
Doesn't
but I
have
think
to.
it can cause a lot of friction. Lisa says, "So what if he never asked? Then what? You
What do you
just
mean?
stay in limbo forever?
What
At
do you
least if I bring up the subject, I'm gonna get on it,
what?
an answer, even if it's not the answer I want."
What?
So asking about marriage, hey, are we what's gonna happen to our future? Where do you see us going in the future? That's different from actually saying, hey, will you marry me? Those are
For
two
sure,
different things.
for sure.
Trying to get clarity. Am my time here? Are we gonna really go further? Are we just gonna stay right here? And then I get to decide, hey, if this is where I want my life to be, like we're just gonna move in together and hang out and chill, or hey, do I want us to be a family with legal papers, and
Hmm.
I think that that's the choice. So you will man will do what he wants to do, and if a man loves you, he's gonna tell you, he's gonna show it. If he's not ready, you're gonna see that too. And I think sometimes when we push the men to do things that they're not ready to do, we pay for it somehow. Pay for it because they weren't ready, and we pushed the envelope a little bit further than it needed to be, and then we pay for it.
I think that if directly to Lisa's point, if you're in a relationship and you know that you want to be married, even if it's I'm not sure I want to be married to this man, but I know I want to be married,
Hmm.
and he has not asked you within a certain time limit, bounce.
Yeah.
That's it. Because there is somebody else out there that wants to marry you.
Hmm.
So
No waste of time.
don't waste your time.
People waste like 4, 6, 8 years with
Yeah,
one
don't
guy
waste your
waiting,
time. Don't waste your time
and
and
then
be okay with
hmm
that person not wanting to marry you.
yeah.
I think that lots of times we get in relationships and with peoples and partners and we don't even know if marriage is in their head at all.
Mm.
Maybe this person doesn't ever want to be married. Or, like I said before, he just doesn't want to marry you. You all break up,
Or
and
at
two
the
weeks
time.
later, he marries somebody else. Okay. So a month
Hmm.
later, he
Hmm.
marries somebody else. Okay.
Hmm.
So, no,
Yeah.
don't.
Lisa says, my ex-husband and I literally decided to get married sitting on the front stoop. No public proposal, just two people deciding to do life together and make it official. That worked for us.
Yes, that's good. You don't have to invite the whole world if you don't want to. Some
Hmm.
people like to invite all of their friends and family. Some
Hmm.
people just have a small engagement. Some people have an engagement in a restaurant with strangers.
Hmm. 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 But I wonder, Lisa, did you bring it up first or did he bring it up? You know, you decided to get married, but who initiated it?
I think it's important. That's a good point, Kimon. And I think
Hmm.
it's important that you guys talk about what you want. Do you
Hmm. You
want to
have to
be
talk about
married?
it. Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, you do have to put a time limit on it. You
Yeah.
have
To an
to.
extent. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you guys will decide that you want to wait 5 years, okay. Well, who am I to wait 5 years?
Hmm.
But if you know that this is what you want and you put a time limit on it, when that time comes and it's not happening,
Mm. Yeah. You saw how on social there was a couple, they were together for a very long time,
Mhm.
And then eventually, and so the lady was really wanting to get married,
Mhm.
and he proposed to her in the car. It was he just gave the ring, and she was just like, no. She was so mad. I think they even broke up because
Wow.
if she thought it was distasteful. It was just like, well, you wanted to get married, so here, I bought the ring.
Mhm.
Not not tasteful at all. All right.
Yeah,
Final
that I
thoughts.
think that's with knowing your person.
Yeah.
If you are two people that like big flashy things, and you're going to have to come correct the flashiness. And if you're not,
Tummy
then
tutties.
you're not that way. Because I'm sure
Yeah.
there's some other woman that probably got that same type of proposal and was not mad about it.
Wait. Lisa said, actually, a friend of ours brought it up, and then it made us ask each other, "Do you want to get married?" And our answer was yes. Definitely surprised me that he was ready for marriage. We were so young.
Mm.
Definitely surprised me. Do you want to get married? And our answer, actually, a friend made us ask each other, "Do you want to get married?" And our answer was yes. So the friend asked you guys if you wanted to get married. You said yes. You were surprised that he wanted to get married, but I don't think you mentioned the proposal, right? That's not proposal. It was. Is that proposal?
No, no, I think that answer from Lisa is
There's no
was a
proposal.
question about did you bring it up? That's what she
That's what
said.
I want to
Yeah,
know.
did you bring it up? And so her answer is no, I didn't. It was a friend of ours. And then we asked each other.
So who asked who? Who asked who first? I said I want to know.
Oh, a friend brought it up, and
Mm-hmm.
then it made us ask each
Each
other.
other,
Oh, so you just
right?
asked each
So
other, but
who?
did you ask first or he asked first, you mean?
But yeah,
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
do you want to get married? Doesn't mean, hey, let's get married tomorrow, or that's not necessarily a proposal,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
That's, hey, do you want to get married? Like, yeah, I want to get married
Where do
one
you see
day.
us?
Do
Do you
you
want
see
to
us?
get
Right.
married? Do you want us to get married?
Yeah.
What you thinking? What you
Right.
feeling?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
got
Right.
you.
That's not a
I got you.
final thoughts.
Final thoughts. It's the weekend. Go ahead and get. I'm kidding. My final thought for today is asking questions. That came to me because this time that we have spent together asking each other questions, I absolutely loved it. That was fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to do it again.
Sure.
So, ask questions, guys. Ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your kids questions.
Yeah.
Ask questions to your kids that make sense.
Yeah.
Not how was your day,
Yeah.
but what happened to you today? Was your friend in class today? Did someone cry in class today? Ask them questions that provoke them to think about what happened
Mm-hmm.
in their day, not just a blanket, how was your day? And I think it should be for little kids and high school students and
Mm-hmm.
college students. It's more, it's deeper in what happened to you today, And so, and people in relationships, ask each other questions. Always talk to each other because you guys are not just in a relationship, but you're in a friendship, or at least you should be in a friendship. You should be
Mm-hmm.
asking all sorts of questions because there are so many questions. What we did today was honestly just the surface, our
Yeah.
history, but not
Mm-hmm.
like there's so many questions and so much other things that we can ask each other that
Mm-hmm.
you guys can ask us. So ask questions. Always, that's my final thought. This week coming up, ask questions. Ask your friends questions. Ask your kids questions. Ask your significant other questions. Ask questions. Get into each other's minds. Get into your hearts and ask questions.
Mm. Intentional,
Yeah.
meaningful. I like it. All right. Uh, Lisa says, "Yep, it was a proposal in the traditional sense. So it was a proposal. Okay, but you're still not telling me
Oh, I
who
see.
did it.
Okay.
Like was it just a hit?
Like, do you want to get married? Do you want to
Right.
get
Somebody
married?
had to say it
Okay,
first.
gotcha.
Lisa said, "Your hair looks extra curlicious today. Thanks,
Curlicious.
curlicious,
Curlicious.
curlicious.
Yeah. Your hair looks extra delicious
Extra.
today.
Thank you, Lisa. Love you, darling. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Saturday, guys. We are loving you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. You choose Radio Family and Reggae Global Family. We absolutely love you. Please continue to love on purpose, be intentional, be mindful of where you go, and always look around your surroundings and make sure that time you don't feel like, make sure you make the proper preparations to either get out the situation, move out the area, or just make sure you're in a nice, safe place. Okay? Be safe, guys. And until next time, we love you. Take care.
Awesome. I kind of feel like going out. We should just talk.
Oh, we can. You choose family. We love you. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself.